Every minute, 2 people are diagnosed with liver disease. That's 124 per hour, 2,983 per day, and on average, 1 million people of all ages per year. And you want to know a secret? I am one of those million. Liver disease has become a serious issue over the past years. It's been a disease that light's been shown on, however, not until recently has it started becoming a more serious problem. As I stated before, I was diagnosed with a non-alcoholic fatty liver at the ripe age of 8, and just about 2 weeks ago had to go in for a liver biopsy due to my liver levels being high. In this short time, I'm going to be going over some of the key points of liver disease, starting with the different types of liver disease, the growth rate of death that this disease has caused, and last but not least, who's most at risk, prevention, and sustaining symptoms if you have liver disease. Now that you're aware of what we're going to be talking about, let's move on to our first topic, which is the different types of liver disease. There are 6 different types of liver disease according to the Liver Foundation. These are alcohol-related liver disease or cirrhosis of the liver, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, liver cancer, non-alcoholic fatty liver, and last but not least, pediatric liver disease. The most common liver disease out of all of them is going to be your non-alcoholic fatty liver at 23%. As I stated before, this is the type that I have, and it can be brought on by poor diet and genetics. Although this one isn't curable, there are ways to sustain the scarring of your liver, which is by a healthy diet and good exercise. This one is most common in older adults as well as young children. Each type is unique as well as incurable. Many of the damages caused by these diseases are going to be liver cancer, cirrhosis of the liver, which is scarring tissue, and even liver failure. Of course, you're thinking, well, I'll just get put on the transplant list. Yes, that is a possibility. However, it's a lengthy list, and it's very hard to find your donor match. As of 2017, nearly 15,000 people were put on the transplant list. Since being informed of these diseases, let's move on to the next topic, which is the growth rate of death that these diseases have caused. From 2009 to 2018, the increase of liver disease and liver cancer have arose numerously. Many deaths have been caused by cirrhosis of the liver, which is caused by excessive drinking. According to Dr. Elliot Taper, an assistant professor of gastroenterology at the University of Michigan, states that these were deaths of despair, and many are similar to the overdose death of the opioid epidemic, and many of these people were trying to relieve emotional pain. On average, about 34,000 people die each year. That's roughly 2,800 per month, about 96 per day, and roughly 4 every hour. Here I have the latest chart from the CDC showing a 5-year difference of the mortality rate that's have arose. This includes sex and age, and not to single anybody out, but the higher your age is, the higher mortality rate has occurred. As I said before, that was just a 5-year difference. Imagine what it's going to be like in the next 5 years, or even the next 2. And now you're probably wondering if I'm at high risk of developing one of these diseases. So our final topic is just that. Who's most at high risk, as well as prevention and sustaining symptoms. Most liver diseases are not born with. However, that's not always the case. As I said before, mine is genetic. Now, not all of them are. You can get them other ways. People born around 1945 and 1965 are 5 times more likely to develop hepatitis C, and the highest mortality rate of death in that liver disease was your Native Indians and Alaska Natives. Highest risk for hepatitis B or liver cancer are your Asians and Pacific Islanders, roughly aged 55 to 64. And out of your non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, the rate has doubled since 2000, and that's only been in children. Some reasons you can be at risk for these diseases, according to Johns Hopkins Medicine, are overexposure to toxins, harmful supplements, overconsumption of alcohol, high cholesterol, and even history of liver disease. Prevention of most of these liver diseases include vaccinations, which you can get for hepatitis A or B. You can also get a yearly annual test done for hepatitis C, good diet and exercise to prevent your non-alcoholic fatty liver, moderate alcohol intake, and avoiding contact with other people's blood or bodily fluids with open wounds. There are many types of different liver diseases, all ranging with different outcomes. And talking about the increase of over the years, each one has doubled just about. So, and that's not even mentioning their death rates. Everyone is at risk for developing some type of liver disease, whether it was in your genes or whether you were just unaware or not preventing yourself the right way. Liver disease is not something to take lightly. Your liver is a huge part of your anatomy, and that needs to be taken care of. It's most important to understand the risk of any type of these diseases that you could be living with, or you can know someone that's living with, because damage to your liver is very important. Although it regenerates itself, it sometimes can't do everything. As someone who was lucky enough to know at such a young age and to start taking precautions as I've gotten older, I advise you to take what you've learned today and share that with the ones you love or anyone who's unaware, because you never know when they're going to develop something, or even yourself, with this disease. So please don't take this lightly. It's something that needs to be shared.